Continue. Can you tell me what was the last thing that I did? Last sum? Yeah, I think it was just in a hostel, find the number of students who drink tea or coffee. Okay. So we'll do practice set. Have you written up to here in your notebook?
Yes, sir. I have written.
Okay. So now we'll do the third sum. Practice set 1.4. Sum number 3. Okay. So this sum says, in a competitive exam, 50 students passed in English, 60 students passed in mathematics, and 40 students passed in both the subjects. None of them failed in both the subjects. Find the number of students who passed at least in one of the subjects. Okay, now understand the question. So there are 50 students who passed in English, 60 in mathematics, 40 in both, and none of them failed in both the subjects. Okay, so none of them failed in both. They must have been failed in one, but not in both. Find the number of students who passed at least in one of the subjects. What do you mean by at least one of the subject?
They either passed in English or maths.
English or maths or both? Or both. Or that also will come. Whenever I say at least, so it is either English or maths or both. Okay, so whenever we say at least one, so that means one or more than one. Okay, so if I say at least two, then that means two or more than two. Is this clear? So you may come across this at least many times in maths. Okay, many times. Okay, so we'll start with the solution. What we'll do here is we'll say let A be the set of students. Let A be the set of students who passed in English. Okay. Who passed in English. And let B be the set of students who passed in maths. Okay, so we are taking two sets, set A and set B. Set A is the students who passed in English, and set B is the students who passed in maths. Okay, now what would be n of A? Can you tell me what would be n of A?
60. No,
how much? English. How many passed in English? Read a question. Unmute yourself.
50 English.
Yes. So n of A would be 50. What about n of B?
60.
60. And one more information is given. What is this 40?
Unionized or
Both, they are saying both maths and English, both. So
A unionized B.
Union is all together.
Intersection.
Yes.
A intersected B.
So n of A intersection B is 40. Is it clear up to here now, all these things? Okay. What I've asked to find out now? What I've asked you? Who passed in at least one. Now, what does this mean? At least one, you have to find out number of students in A union B. Okay. Now, one thing keep in mind, whenever at least is asked, at least, that means they're asking you to find out A union B. Okay. Clear here? Okay. So we have to find out this. So what formula to use? Unmute yourself and say.
Number of A plus number of B minus number of A intersection B.
But what would be, okay, n of A union B equal to n of A plus n of B minus n of A intersection B. Correct? Is this formula correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we'll just substitute the values. So n of A is 50 plus 60 minus 40. Can you calculate this?
70.
Correct. So n of A union B is 70. That means the number of students who passed in at least one subject. So the number of students who passed in at least one subject is 70. Is this sum clear? I want you to go through this sum. You can zoom and see. Okay, go through the sum right from start to end.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we'll move on to the next. This was the third sum. Now let's see the fourth one. Okay, I'll explain you the sum, but I want you to solve it. Okay. A survey was conducted to know the hobby of 220 students of class 9th. Okay, so what the first statement is, some survey was conducted to know the hobby of 220 students of standard 9th, out of which 130 students informed about their hobby as rock climbing. 180 students informed about their hobby as sky watching. 110 students who follow both the hobbies. There are 110 students who follow both the hobbies. Then how many students do not have any of the two hobbies? How many of them follow the hobby of rock climbing? How many students follow the hobby of sky watching only? Okay, understand the question clearly. There are 220 students. From this 220, 130 have their hobby as rock climbing. From this 220, 180 students said that their hobby is sky watching. And there are 110 students who follow both rock climbing and sky watching. You have to say, or you have to find out how many students do not have any of the two hobbies and how many of them follow the hobby of rock climbing only. And then you have to find out how many students follow the hobby of sky watching only. Have you understood the question? The main part is
Yes.
now understanding the question. Solving is easy. Okay, so let's start solving. So can you tell me how to start? First, you say what is A and B.
The student whose hobby is rock climbing is A.
So so you say let A be the set
of students
with hobby as rock climbing. Correct? And then
Yes,
let B be the set of students with hobby as sky watching. Fine? Okay, next. Next, tell me what is N of A, N of B, and all those things. What is N of A?
N of A is 130.
N of B?
180.
Next, what is given? Both is also given, no? How many like both?
110.
So what will that be? Intersection or union?
Intersection.
So N of A intersection B is equal to 110. One more thing is given to you. Can you read the question clearly and see what is that one more thing given?
How many students do not have any of the two hobbies?
That you have to find out. I'm asking, you're missing one thing that is given in the question.
The number of students.
220. What is this?
The number of students, the universal.
Yes, correct. Universal set. So let's say number of elements in the universal set, that is total number of students, 220. Is this up to here? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now read the question again and see what has to be found out. There are three things that you have to find out. Can you tell me what are those three things? First is
how many students do not have
any of them. This is the first thing that you have to find.
Yeah.
Then what you have to find out?
How many of them follow the hobby of rock climbing?
Only. And then third one?
How many students follow the hobby of sky watching only?
Only. Okay. Let's try to understand this with a Venn diagram. This is the universal set. And this has 220 students. So 220 students in all. Then there is students who have their hobby as rock climbing, that is A, which is 130. Then there is students who have their hobby as sky watching, that is 180. And this middle portion, what is this portion?
Intersected portion. 110.
Intersection portion. This is 110. Okay. They have asked you to find out how many of them do not have both the hobbies. That means you have to find out this outer portion. Yes?
Yes, sir.
So, first what you will do is, first what you'll find out?
We'll
Use
the formula to find out.
Find out what?
Yeah.
Find out what? Look at this. Look at the diagram once again. You have to find out, first we have to find out number of students who do not have any of the hobbies. That means this portion outside, that is shaded in black. Yes? Now, to find out that, the number of students shaded in black, you have to first find out this total students here. That means, look at the red portion. What would the red portion be? It is both A and B. That means it is what?
A union B.
A union B. So first you find out A union B and you subtract it from 220. That will give you the number of students who do not have both of the hobbies. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Clear? Is it clear why
Yes, sir.
subtraction? Okay.
Yes.
So first find out N of A union B. So this formula is, can you tell me?
A plus number of B minus number of A intersection B.
So we just have to substitute. So this is 130 plus 180 minus 110. Can you tell me this calculation?
100.
100 or 130 plus 180 would give you
300, then 200.
200, correct. So N of A union B is 200. Okay, now this is union. Now, but we still have to find out. We have to find out, therefore, number of students who do not have both the hobbies. Who do not have
both of hobbies.
Both. How you'll find out that?
We'll subtract 200 from 220.
That is 1 second. You will subtract 200 from 220, correct? Means yes, what, sir, are you doing? What is 220?
The universal set.
So that is N of U minus, what is 200?
N of A union B.
A union. That means you're doing this subtraction. N of U minus N of A union B. So 200 minus 220 is how much? 20. So we have got the answer for our first question. There are 20 students who do not have both the hobbies. Clear? Okay. Now coming back to the second. Second, what we have to find out?
For a student who like only rock climbing.
Yes, who like only rock climbing. So now look at the Venn diagram. This are the entire students who like rock climbing, 130. But from these, there are these 110 students who like even sky watching. So how will I find out this portion here?
We subtract 110 from 130.
Yes, correct. Correct. So how will we write that? I'll write it here. Number of students who have the hobby, number of students who have the hobby of rock climbing only. Rock climbing only. So what you do here is you subtract 110 from 130. Okay. But what is 130? 130 is number of elements in A, and 110 is number of elements in the intersection.
In A and
so n of A minus n of A intersection B. 130 minus 110. How much is it?
20.
20. So there are 20 students who have the hobby as rock climbing only. Now, in the exact same way, can you tell me what will be number of students who have the hobby as sky watching only?
70.
70, correct. So exact same thing we'll write here. Number of students who have the hobby of sky watching only So that would be n of B minus n of A intersection B. So that is 180 minus 110, and this is
70.
70. So there are 70 students who have their hobby as sky watching only. Now, is this sum clear?
Yes, sir.
I want you to go through the sum now. Can you see the sum, entire sum?
Yes, sir. I can see the answer.
Okay. I want you to read a question also. Now, can you see the question and the entire sum? Okay. Just read the question also.
Done, sir.
Okay. Now we have the last sum remaining here. Fifth one. Observe the given Venn diagram and write the following sets. Now this I want you to open your notebook and do. Okay, look carefully. This is a universal set, and these are all the elements in the universal set. This is set A, set B, this is in the intersection, and clearly you can see what is in the union also. Okay, now one by one do it. Do it and tell me the answer. So start with A. Tell me what all elements in A. I want you to write it down first and then give me the answer. Just put the question number also. This is exercise 1.4, the fifth sum.
Oh, because I'm practicing this, I'll write it in my rough book. Okay, sir?
Yes, it's okay. One by one, give me the answer. Okay, so tell me first what is in A.
In the set A, there is X, Y, Z, M, N.
Correct. Second one now. B.
In set of B, there is P, R, Q, M, N.
Correct. Now, next one is a little different. Next one they have asked A complement. I'll repeat
That's the
it.
fifth one. That's the fifth one.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Union. A union B. So what in A union B? Make sure that repetition shouldn't be there. You write it just once.
So, in A complement, do I also have to put the universal elements?
Yes, universal elements which are not in A.
Not in. Done, sir.
Okay, tell me what is A union B?
A union B is X, Y, Z, P, Q, R, and M.
Next, union. Universal set.
Universal S, T, Y, X, Z, M, N, P, Q, R.
All the elements, correct. Okay. A complement.
P, R, Q, S, T.
B complement.
X, Y, Z, S, T.
And A union B complement.
S, T.
Correct. Good. So with that, we finish exercise 1.4, all the sums. Okay, so you can complete this also, you can write it. Okay. Problem set 1, we'll discuss few sums and few I'll give for homework. Okay, so I think in problem set 1, the first one, this MCQs we did, except the fourth one. Yes or no? I think first one also we did not do. Yeah, first one. We'll discuss it again. If you see the first one, choose a correct, if M is 135 and N is 246, what is M intersection N? So which is the option, you can tell me. Is there anything common between both of them?
None.
Null set. So that is C.
C.
So C is the correct option here. Okay, look at the second one. This we did, but still you tell me the answer. P is a set of X
such that X is an odd natural number between.
Unmute yourself, unmute.
Between one, X is a natural number between 1 and 5.
So which one is it? Odd natural number, okay?
A.
Odd natural number.
No,
A.
sir. D.
D.
Yes.
Correct. D. 3 and 5. Okay, because your 1 is not included, so A cannot be. B also no and C also no because 1 is not included. So the only option left is D. Okay. Third one, P, 1, 2, 3 up to 10. What type of set is P? Null, infinite, finite, or none?
It's a finite set, sir.
Finite set. So C. Look at the fourth one. M union N is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And M 1, 2, 4. Then which of the following represent N? 1, 2, 4.
They have said 1, 2, and 4 is in M. What will be in N?
Sure, is it B? B 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yes. B 3, 4, 5, 6. Correct. Okay. Fifth one. If this was an MCQ, if P is a subset of M, okay, P is inside M, then which of the following set represent P intersection P union M? Think about this little. Which of the following is equal to P intersection P union M? We had done one property, do you remember? If A is a subset of B, then A intersection B is, what is this? Which one is smaller? Unmute yourself.
Sir, A.
Huh? A.
A.
And what about A union B?
They are equal.
A union B will be
Both sets together.
See, look at this. A is a subset of B. That means this is B and A is inside it. Correct? Now, intersection, A intersection B, that means common. So which is common in both?
In the elements inside it.
Inside A. So that means A itself. So it will be A. Correct?
Yes. Yes, sir.
And now what about union? A union B. A and B both together. That will be this entire thing. That is the set B. Do you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Correct? So when A
Yes.
is inside B, then the intersection. So look at this in this way. A is inside B. That means A is small set and B is a bigger set. Correct? A is smaller, B is bigger. Yes. So the intersection is equal to the smaller set. A intersection B is equal to A. And the union is equal to the bigger set. A union B is equal to B. Now is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now coming back to this. Coming back to this, here they have said P is a subset of M. That means P is inside set M. Correct? Now what will be P intersection M? Smaller set. So that is, unmute yourself and say.
P, sir.
And what about P union M?
M.
M. Now look at this expression. P intersection P union M. What is this equal to? What it is equal to?
M.
M. So instead of that, write M. Understood up to here? Now, what is P intersection M equal to? Unmute and say.
P.
Yes, P. Did you understand why P?
Yes, sir.
Now, which is the correct option? Tell me.
P.
That is A. This is the correct option. Understood? Why? I hope it's clear. No confusion.
Understood, sir.
Okay. Now look at the sixth one. Which of the following sets are empty? This you can tell me.
Or A.
A.
Or
Yeah.
A, sir.
A set of intersecting points of parallel lines. Okay.
Yeah.
Second one, find a correct option for the given question. Which of the following collection is a set? Yes, can you tell me?
Colors on the rainbow, sir.
Why this is not a set? Tall trees in a school campus.
Sir, all?
Yes, all of them are correct. All of them are sets. Next, which of the following sets represent n intersection w? N is natural numbers, w is whole numbers.
B.
Intersection means numbers which are common in both. If you say B, in B there is 0 also. That means 0 is common in
A.
A. I hope you understood why not B and why A. Because here 0 is there and 0 is not a natural number. Okay. Third one. Can you read third?
Set P is a variable x such that x is a letter of the word Indian.
Which of the following is? Unmute yourself, unmute yourself.
Then which of the following is set P in listing form?
Can you answer? Note one thing, when you write it in the listing method, you should not repeat. So which is the answer?
So B.
INDA, correct. So B is the answer. Next one. Tell me the answer for the next one. Read it.
If T is a set, if set T is a element 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and M is 3, 4, 7, 8, then T union M.
Which one?
So C.
Correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Good. Okay. I want you to do third sum for homework. Okay. Make a note of it. Problem set 1, question number 3, which is on page, I'll tell you the page number also. Page number 17. Okay, write the page number also. Okay, page number 17. Even fourth one, I want you to do. Fifth one is also easy. So, can you tell me what formula you'll use here? Unmute yourself. Can you unmute and say which formula to use? addition law formula, n of
Yes, sir, that one.
that
I
formula
don't know
is
the
called
name of
that formula is called as addition law formula. Okay,
it. Addition of
n of
yes.
A union B is equal to n of A plus n of B minus n of A intersection B. Correct? Okay. So 3, 4, 5. Okay. Sixth one, if you see the sixth, read the sixth sum. This is exactly same as the sum which we did before, the last problem sum in the 1.4 exercise.
Let's last 8 students out of 28 have a dog as their pet animal at home. 6 students have a cat as their pet animal. 10 students have dog and cat both. And how many students do not have a dog or cat as their pet animal?
You understood? You'll able to do this? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Homework, sir?
Yes, sixth one. Yes. Or you want me to solve it right now?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. Seventh one is also very easy. I'm sure you're able to do this also. It says represent the union of two sets by Venn diagram for each of the following. You have to just draw the Venn diagram. So this is A and B. First for A and B, then for P and Q, Venn diagram. So this also is you'll able to do. Okay, eighth one is easier. We can do it now also. In the eighth one, it says write a subset relation between the following sets. So X is set of quadrilaterals, Y set of rhombus, S is set of squares, T is set of parallelograms, V is set of rectangles. Now, before we start, tell me what is a quadrilateral?
5 sides.
Four. Quadri means 4. Triangle is 3 sides. Quadrilateral means 4 sides. So any figure having 4 sides is called a quadrilateral. What is a parallelogram?
A cube.
Hmm?
A cube.
A cube? Parallelogram is not a cube, but a parallelogram is a 4-sided figure, or you can say a quadrilateral whose opposite sides are, what is this word here? Parallel. When the opposite sides are parallel, then that figure is called as a parallelogram. Understood? Okay. Now you have to tell me which of the set is a subset of which other set. Okay, but before that, I think you should know one thing. First is quadrilateral. Quadrilateral, and you know, quadrilateral is a 4-sided figure. Okay, any figure having 4 sides is called as a quadrilateral. Then is parallelogram. You should know what is a parallelogram. So, in a parallelogram, now carefully listen to the definition of parallelogram. A quadrilateral whose opposite sides are parallel to each other. Okay, a quadrilateral whose opposite sides are parallel is called as a parallelogram. Clear? Okay.
Yes.
Let's see an example now. Square. Is square a quadrilateral?
No, sir.
What is the definition of quadrilateral?
Yes,
Figure having 4 sides. How many sides does a square have? So square is a quadrilateral? Okay.
Yes.
Is square a parallelogram?
No. Yes, sir.
Opposite sides of the square are parallel to each other. So it is a parallelogram. Okay. What about a rectangle? Is a rectangle a quadrilateral?
Yes, sir.
Is a rectangle a parallelogram?
Yes, sir.
Yes, correct. One more figure, rhombus. How does a rhombus looks like? Like a kite? Is this correct? Is this a rhombus? Now one problem
Yes, sir.
Is rhombus a quadrilateral?
Yes, sir.
Is rhombus a parallelogram? Look at the opposite sides carefully.
Yes, sir.
Yes, so a rhombus is a quadrilateral as well as a parallelogram. Now, one thing to remember in the definition of parallelogram, that a quadrilateral whose opposite sides are parallel, that is a parallelogram. That means all parallelograms are quadrilaterals. Correct? All parallelograms are quadrilateral. But can all quadrilateral be a parallelogram?
No, sir.
No, it cannot be a parallel. And the very good example is this figure. Is this a quadrilateral?
No, sir.
Why no? Quadrilateral.
No, sir, it's a quadrilateral.
This is a quadrilateral. But is this a parallelogram?
No, sir.
No, it is not a parallelogram. What is the name of this figure? Trapezium. Remember trapezium? Opposite sides are in trapezium. Only one pair of sides is parallel.
One pair of sides are parallel.
Other side is non-parallel to each other. Okay. So but the point I want you to remember here is all parallelogram are quadrilateral, but all quadrilateral need not be a parallelogram. Now coming back to this example, you will be able to tell me what is a subset of what. X is set of quadrilateral, Y is set of rhombus, S is set of squares, T is set of parallelograms, B is set of rectangles. Now tell me, what is a subset of what?
S is a subset of X and S is a subset of T.
Wait, slow. S is a subset of X, correct? And S is a subset of T. Okay, correct. Anything else?
V is a subset of X.
V is a subset of X, correct?
And V is a subset of T.
T, correct.
And Y is a subset of X.
Y is a subset of X, correct? And
Y is a subset of T.
Y is a subset of T, correct. Anything else left possible? No, that's it. That's it. Okay, good. Ninth one also will do. Ninth one, see, it says if M is any set. Okay, any set. Then write what is M union empty set and M intersection empty set. Can you tell me what will this be?
Null, sir.
Null? In which
Empty
case?
set, sir.
In first case, right? Or
Yes,
in
sir.
the
It will be null.
but look
And
at
for in
this.
the first case.
No, think about it. See, this is union. What is the meaning of union? All together.
Come together.
All together. So M, suppose if M is, M has 1, 2, and 3. Okay. And suppose if B is empty. Okay, suppose. Then what would be M
So I
union?
thought this figure was for null set.
This, right? This one you're saying. This is null set
Yeah.
only. It is null set only. It is null only.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It is null
Yes.
only. So I am just giving it a name as B.
Okay.
So what will be M union B? Union means together. So what will be M union B?
Empty set, sir.
Union you take all together. All together. Empty 1, 2, 3. Correct?
Yes, sir.
And it will be okay if you don't write this also, because it's understood empty.
Yes.
Fine. But what is this? Oh. What is this? Isn't this same as
Yes, sir.
M?
Equal sets.
So you can write this is equal to M. That means M union empty is same as what?
M.
M. So here would it be M?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next is intersection. What is common in M and empty set? Is there anything common? Look at the same
No,
example.
sir. No, sir.
So this will be empty,
Null.
null. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll stop here. So you know your homework, right? So you have some number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's it, 7. That's your homework which you have to do on your own. And the remaining sums which we did, you watch the video and write it down. Okay, so we'll stop here.
Bye, sir.
And send it to me before the class, okay? So that I may your PDF.
Okay.
At least
Okay, sir.
2 to 3 hours before the class, send it to me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See you on Thursday then.
Okay, sir.